This is a minute.
Boys, you can dance to her.
I've got the broken out here, so...
Good evening. Welcome to Jackswan11. One of the best games of the season, I think. We beat Newcastle 2-1.
Away!
Away, the lads, away! Not Liverpool, Newcastle. Leon's going to do some dancing. Matty's going to do some money throwing. And Vince is going to chuck some shapes. Let's get on with it. Thank you, Matty. That was excellent. Very well, very good. Excellent.
It's not the drums.
Where did all this money come from, Matty? Where did all this money come from?
Spence, I'll be honest, yeah, you know, people talk about Dragon's Den and so on. I had a pound. And I made that.
Woo! And this is why everybody, if you're struggling for money, make sure you go to a bookies. Yeah, because if you're always, you're bound to win. When you're hard in life, that is when you win. So how did you do it? Fact, exactly.
I went to a bookies.
I know. What did you do with your pound?
I bet on Michu to score first and Swans to win 2-1.
Well, they did all that money for a pound. But let's start that when Newcastle actually scored, we all got a little bit nervous, we all got a little bit scared, we all got a little bit quiet, we all went in our shells a bit. But there was one noise we heard. What was that noise, Matty?
It was me cheering. I'll be honest.
With 2 minutes to go, Matty.
When I cheered, I was a little bit nervous then because I thought I was going to get my head kicked in. It was a little bit touch and go.
And as we walked here to do this piece of art,
that it is art.
Then I asked Matty a question, and I'll ask this question again on TV.
Oh.
If your bet was
yeah,
for Swansea to draw 2-all, yeah. So you had the option of that money,
yeah,
and 1 point, or no money and 3 points.
Yeah.
What option did you choose?
I'd be honest, I did say to you, I'll happily take the 50 quid if it doesn't affect anything in the season. Who cares? You know, if it doesn't make a difference, 50 quid. Obviously, if you're going to go down or you're going to whatever.
In front of that, Matt, is that you've kind of given away the fact that it was 50 quid and that minus Spencer's money.
Well, hey,
you're trying to make it a 50p, yeah? I'm a bet to win than it actually was.
I had a £10 note.
But he's giving that away now.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my fault.
Matty,
no one
I take my money now.
did the Swans play better without Key playing?
Well, I don't know, it's hard to say, obviously, you know, different performances each week, but personally, I'm a big fan of Key. I thought the Schalke, or whatever his name is, done very well at the top.
That he died?
Whatever his name is, he done very well at the top, and I'm personally a bigger fan of Michu in midfield rather than up front, so I think, I like Key in the side personally.
Would you put him in next game?
Side. It's always hard. I mean, it's like when, you know, like with Monk.
Christ, after watching that?
Well, you know, it's like with the last game, isn't it? I thought Monk was superb. You know, the 2 games he stepped in for Chico, and obviously, I don't know whether Chico was actually available today. He was also on the bench, but I don't know whether he was 100% or whether. And so,
I think.
But personally, I think right decision. I like the C players playing well.
And the next game, what team do you want to put up next game?
I would probably bring Key in somewhere, but I don't know. But I probably wouldn't actually. The more I think about it, I mean, the guy, whatever his name is, done well at the top. And I personally prefer Michu in the middle.
Have you got a chart for the guy that like sort of played started today?
The guy.
Shakhtar, yeah. You know, I mean, he's obviously rolling off your lips really well. I just want to get a chant for him.
No, I don't know his name to be honest. I know it's Shakhtar something or other.
Shakhtar.
No, I think he done well. I was quite pleased with him. I'm gonna say I think I thought it was all. I like with Londrop that he's changing the or
Londrop. It was lollipop.
Londrop. I like it's not Vorm or what the fuck are you room. I mean, I like the fact that he's changing the wingers because at the start of the season, Routledge was playing very well, and he dropped Routledge, and I thought that was a little bit harsh because I thought then it was going to be a case of Diane and Hernandez were going to take over, but he's he's chopping around, and for me, you can fiddle with your wingers, you can't really fiddle with your centre defence and midfield, etc.
Okay, yes.
I'm happy with you fiddling with your strikers and your wingers and so on, and I think he's...
But they brought Routledge on and
should.
Swans scored. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I think you should change. I say, for me, I think basically you want an hour out there, and you want your wingers to be fucking...
Right, put yourself
proper
on
puffing
the
over
other
the
end
chest
of
and
the
kick 'em off.
camera with the football player watching this. And what, you know...
I'd probably turn over, to be honest with you.
If anyone can't sleep tonight, just tune in to Jackswan TV.
I mean, I think that like sort of what you know the big plus, which you were saying a bit about this last time, was that isn't it nice to have like sort of problems on selection?
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that is definitely happening is that Swansea's like sort of squad is getting deeper and deeper.
Yeah,
you know? And I mean, and I was saying to Leon, I mean, like sort of Laudrup tends to sort of play things down, but one comment that I heard that was he said in the Evening Post during the week was that, believe me, Swansea are going to get better and better. And I mean, I think that like sort of that is like just an enormous thing to say, because I mean, like one thing today is that like sort of Swansea were better than Newcastle. It wasn't just that they won at Newcastle.
It's very open, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
right from the off.
yeah, but I mean, like Swansea, you know, the football that Swansea played was better than Newcastle's. And I mean, like, so it could have gone the other way, because games could always go the other way. There's always a bit of luck here and a luck there. But when you look at that and look where Swansea have come from, I mean, you just think...
I was there 2 years ago when Swansea lost 3-0, and tonight was much better.
Yeah.
But I wish I was there now, up there supporting the boys. You know,
Yeah.
would have been something to be proud of.
You know, and as I say, you know that like sort of the 11 that played, you know the couple that came on, and you know other players that could have done equally as good. I mean, we've all been sort of saying that more ought to have been coming on in the past. You know that
Graham done well. I got to say, his take for the
Yeah.
second goal was outstanding. You know, he looked.
People didn't like De Guzman last week, but today he was
He was
fantastic.
brilliant. That's
Great finish.
It's
Really good
it's
finish.
bizarre because the first game he was outstanding, and then he had a couple of games which I think everybody sort of thought that he wasn't.
Started
really great.
very well.
But he was playing in the I Mitchell role. He was playing in the role that Key's been playing since, and then he came in front of Key, and he was doing really well. And then we were all moaning because Mitchell was up front, and we all went to midfield.
Yeah.
And he went back to the role which he had initially today, you know, as in behind Mitchell, and he was exceptional. I feel a bit sorry for him because of he can play. By the look of him, he can play probably anywhere on the pitch apart from centre half. You know, he's got that in him.
But I'll go along with that. I mean, I thought he was probably like sort of the best player on the pitch today.
I disagree with that, and only for Gerard Sherman. And he didn't make anything outstanding, but I got to say, I thought that he was outstanding.
I accept that. I thought he did really well. I still thought that, like, sort of, I mean, you can say who was the biggest influence, but I would say sort of, I just thought De Guzman. I mean, like, sort of not just it was a really good finish he made. The balls that he was putting in at times were just exceptional.
Good.
Really exceptional.
I'll say, if I can ask a question, I'll ask you. No, I'll be offering you in the spotlight. Is Leon's position the threat?
No, Liam was amazing. He was solid. With Williams behind him, he's solid.
So,
Absolutely loved it. Even when he lost the ball, he put this foul in and he got me out.
That was a good foul. He doesn't do that very often.
So next week, if it came to it, Key or Britain?
Britain.
So it'd be Key or Britain against Key.
Are you head over heart there, or is that,
usually, I think it'd be Key against
stick
them.
with Blimey played. I like it.
Can
Played.
Can I just...
Yeah, what's this now? What's going on? Kitchen.
I know you've had a little bit of a... you've had a little bit of a win today.
Yeah.
And... And...
Cameron's £10 or whatever.
I've got a little bit of win today. And I'm offering
Fucking expensive.
5% of my business
What's that, Jackson?
for £50.
It's not worth it.
No. I've got this idea.
For that reason.
You know Skittles are usually round.
Yeah.
Nobody's come up with a square one. Or a triangle one. Different shaped Skittles.
It's a good idea, that is, actually.
I'm offering £50 in my business. of different shaped Smarties. I mean Skittles.
Yeah.
For 5% of my business.
I'll give you £30.
Hey, I want to see them.
By the way, if I'm still playing Skittles in 2012, it's in 1998, right? What is Skittles?
Skittles, that's Skittles, isn't it? Little,
You still owe me for them hectagonal strips.
No, I thought it was Skittles.
No, sweets. Hey, you're going to go first. I'm picking that.
And you also
In
know that I've
Algeria.
invested £30.
For 5% of the business.
So, is it Liverpool next?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Easy 3 points.
What sort of reception do you think Brendan's going to get?
Good, I hope.
Do you hope so?
Yeah. I personally hope so. I'd shake his hand.
I wouldn't.
If he was walking in the mumbles, yeah, Christ days.
If you're Brendan, I'd do it.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to do, isn't it? I mean, in reality, I mean, like, sort of, Swansea is still above Liverpool.
I got to admit, I don't care what reception he gets, yeah. I don't care what reception he gets at the end of the game. And
I don't think he gave much of a reception.
No, boys, mum, he did good for us.
He done fine for us, and great for us. But he came in at a good time. He rode his, he didn't mind his knack of it, but he had a really good. He came in, had a good spell, he got a good job, but at the same time, he's doing pretty.
Forget the passion, just go purely capitalism scum, and it was his step up. So
Can I just ask?
I've got no problem with him doing that. The problem is that he said to us that he wasn't going to sign any more players for a year,
and that's
right. Less than 12 weeks later, he signed the biggest prospect we've developed ever.
Oh, that's why I'm.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I mean, like, sort of at the end of the day, I mean, like, sort of.
You know what's key?
Yeah, precisely.
If you read the most recent Jackswan11 magazine, you will realise that most people believe
Suarez is such a high quality behind all the rest of the players. Alan, all the rest of them.
Joanna makes him tick. Joanna makes him tick.
But
we were obviously saying it wrong. I don't know what you think about Brendan and Rare as a manager and so on, but you were obviously asking me, and he's saying that to finish 9th this season would be an achievement. I personally, if I'm a Liverpool fan, I can understand.
That's good music. That's a good time to end. Leave it going.
Once again, thank you to Planet Swans for your support.
Hello.
Yeah.
That leaves me with the music again.
Are we doing alright?
Have you got any pictures of
I see travel. I see travel.
I
don't think I have, no. So we have a little look. No, I'm going to show you my daughter.
wait there, 1 sec. I'll phone you now.
These are the
music.
These are the gigs which are currently on in the Collier's Arms in Skewin. Really good pub actually. Cracking Sunday lunch there.
I think
if you get the chance to
upside down,
it's not upside down. That's upside down. That's weird, isn't it? This is really southern end to Jackswan11, really smooth. Maybe we should cut this bit out. And my